So do you think that people that grew up that are comfortable are kind of at a disadvantage then?
I do.
You do?
Well, but we need them. We need them
Yes,
because that's our support.
And by the way, many of them are able to work through that, just like a lot of us that didn't have everything as easy have to work through our stuff. But do I think there is let me rephrase, in the way that I think you asked the question, do I think it's hard to be hungry when you've always been fed? Yes. I think ambition is challenging in that scenario, but some take it the other way. I mean, first of all these conversations are incredibly general. I have a friend who I think about every time. I'm thinking about him right now, which is why I'm saying it out loud. Every time I talk about it's challenging if you come from a certain scenario to be hungry, his hunger came from his awareness that everyone always would think that he just started on third and a half base. And so he took that as motivation. And so like every human's different, but I think environment is a massive impact on a human being? Yes, I do. And so if you grow up in the East Coast in a certain era, in New York City, New York, tri-state area, you're gonna be a certain type of character versus somebody growing up in a different environment. And I do think adversity is the foundation of success. I do believe that.
But, the fear factor, if you're willing to put
Howie,
yourself...
I apologize. What do you think?
About...
I agree.
No, absolutely.
No, I agree with you. But I also think it could go the other way.
It can.
Even for... I believe that I grew up very comfortably. I had a very different lifestyle than
Your dad.
how he
Yep.
grew up. I do also think that I'm always trying to prove myself and always trying to prove that I'm not necessarily a Nepo baby or get everything because you give it to me and because I work hard for the stuff that I do and that I achieve. And so I want
She was a very successful teacher in the inner city for 10 years.
I actually have more empathy and compassion for her than you because I think about this every day. I so get you. It's why I jumped in. I apologize for interrupting. I think your point is so profound and such an important conversation. And now that we are starting to have terminology around it, to your point, right?
Nepo baby?
That's right.
Well, now on the podcast, but I'm saying like even when I went into college, I refused to put his name on the applications or like when I went.
That's why I couldn't get him to visit.
But like I wanted to know that I was getting in on my own merit, on my own hard work.
It's the number one thing. I couldn't understand that more. The empathy and compassion I have for children who, because remember how you and I got the luck of the draw of certain DNA skill sets, right?
Yep.
That just played out. And it's very common for our children to potentially get that as well. The difference is, to your point, I think it's harder. I actually believe this. I think that it is harder emotionally if you are someone who's wired a certain way to have your circumstance with a dad like that than the reverse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you can never win.